Hello friends, I'm Prachi Joshi, working as Assistant Professor in CSE at Devil Institute of Engineering and Management Studies. In previous video, we have seen why actually dynamic programming is needed. In this video, we will focus on comparison of dynamic programming with the greedy approach and divide-conquer approach. Okay, so we will see in this video that why dynamic programming is powerful comparing with other algorithm approaches. So here are the contents that I am going to cover in this video. First we will see the comparison of dynamic programming with greedy approach. Then we will see comparison of dynamic programming with the divide and conquer approach. And lastly we will focus on what are the different application areas where dynamic programming is used. Okay, so this is the comparison of dynamic programming with greedy approach. So here the very first obvious point is that both the methods, greedy approach and dynamic programming, are used for solving optimization problem. Optimization problem means we are trying to opt optimal solution. Sometimes optimal cost solution will be maximum, sometimes it will be minimum. So basically what is the thing that dynamic programming is mainly an optimization over recursion. Whereas greedy algorithm, it focuses only on recursion. So wherever we see a recursive solution that has repeated calls for the same inputs, we can optimize it by using dynamic programming. So this simple optimization reduces time complexities from exponential to polynomial. Then a greedy algorithm is an algorithm approach that builds a solution piece by piece. So it always chooses the next piece that offers the most obvious and immediate benefit. So the problems where choosing locally optimal also leads to a global solution which are best for the greedy approach. Whereas talking about dynamic programming will solve all the sub-problems and then select the one that would lead to the optimal solution. Then in greedy algorithm, we make whatever choice seems best at that particular moment in the hope that it will lead to global optimal solution. Whereas in dynamic programming, we make a decision at each step, considering current problem and solutions to previously solved sub-problem to calculate the optimal solution. So it is possible with the help of two properties that dynamic programming algorithm provides. One is overlapping subproblem and second is optimal substructure property. So the discussion about these properties we have already seen in the previous video. Then greedy algorithm takes decision in one time, whereas dynamic programming takes decisions at every stage. Greedy algorithms are based on choice property. Now we will try to understand what is choice property. We choose, in greedy algorithm, we choose at each step the best atom, means the one with the greatest benefit and smallest weight. For example, we do the same choice until the knapsack is full or there are not any object that fill the knapsack. Whereas dynamic programming, it follows the principle of optimality. Principle of optimality simply states that in an optimal sequence of decisions or choices, each subsequence must be optimal. Then greedy algorithm follows the top-down strategy, whereas dynamic algorithm follows the bottom-up strategy. Greedy approach is more efficient in terms of memory because it never looks back or revises the previous choices. Whereas dynamic programming, it follows the tabulation approach by maintaining a DP table for memorization. Okay, so it increases the memory complexity in dynamic programming. Greedy methods are generally faster. For example, Dijkstra algorithm, Dijkstra shortest path algorithm, it takes the running time as big of E log V plus V log V time. Whereas dynamic programming methods are somewhat slower. For example, the Bellman-Ford algorithm, which is also used for finding the shortest path, it takes the time big of VE. So we will see Bellman-Ford algorithm in detail in my coming videos. Examples of greedy methods are fractional knapsack problem, job scheduling problem, Huffman coding, optimal merge pattern problem, Dijkstra algorithm, etc. Whereas the examples of dynamic programming are chain matrix multiplication problem, longest common subsequence problem, Bellman-Ford algorithm problem, all pair shortest path problem, etc. Then now we will see the comparison of dynamic programming with a divide and conquer. Now the diagram on the screen help us to understand this difference very clearly. Okay, so this diagram shows how dynamic programming and divide conquer approaches are related with each other. So like divide conquer, dynamic programming also divides the problem into series of sub problems, solving every sub problem independently and then combine the solution. But the major difference between these two is that the recomputations are avoided in dynamic programming. In divide and conquer, the same problem can be solved for multiple times as the results are not stored somewhere. Right. So simply dynamic programming approach extends divide and conquer approach with the two techniques, that is memoization and tabulation. Okay. So the DP approach, it extends the divide and conquer approach by adapting two properties, that is overlapping subproblem and optimal substructure as shown in the diagram. Also the extension of two techniques, that is memoization and tabulation. Memoization and tabulations, as already we have seen in the previous video, both have purpose of storing and reusing the subproblem solutions. So that may drastically improve the performance. So simply what we can say that dynamic programming approach is extension of divide and conquer with addition properties, that is overlapping subproblems and optimal substructure, plus the methodology memoization which comes in top-down approach and tabulation which comes in bottom-up approach. Now these are the differences. As already discussed, both the methods, divide and conquer and dynamic programming, solves the problem by dividing the problem into subproblems. Then more work is needed in divide and conquer, whereas computed results are stored in the table in dynamic programming. So recomputations are avoided in dynamic programming. Divide and conquer is a top-down approach, whereas dynamic programming follows tabulation and tabulation is a bottom-up approach. In divide and conquer, sub-problems are not dependent on each other, whereas sub-problems are interdependent in dynamic programming. Divide and conquer algorithms are recursive, whereas the dynamic programming algorithms are non-recursive. Solutions of sub-problems are not stored in divide and conquer, whereas the DP table in dynamic programming is used for storing the solutions of the sub-problems. Now we will see an example to understand the difference between divide and conquer and dynamic programming. Now here we are considering two code segments. These two code segments are used for finding out the Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series is like 0, 1, 1 means where the third number is the addition of first two number. You can see it on the screen. Okay. So in the first code segment, you can see we have used one fib function with a parameter n, and for all the values of n greater than equal to 2, there are two recursive calls, fib of n minus 1 and fib of n minus 2. We are using these two recursive calls for finding the value of fib of n. So of course it is recursion, and divide and conquer algorithms are recursive algorithms. So for one one execution of fib function, we are requiring two recursive calls of fib of n minus 1 and fib of n minus 2. When you are going for the second code segment, we are trying to get the Fibonacci series here with the help of dynamic programming. So here you can see that f is an array, and we have initialized f of 0 to 0 and f of 1 to 1. For all the values from 2 to n, we are using iteration in terms of for loop. You can see the for loop here. Okay, so for every value of I starting from 2 till n, we are finding f of I as f of I minus 2 plus f of I minus 1. So here a table will be maintained for value of n. So whatever the results are there that is required for finding the Fibonacci series till n, that all results will be maintained in a table. That table is called as DP table. We have already seen it. So we don't need recursion here. Next point is, what are the application areas where dynamic programming is used? Now here on the screen you can see these are the applications where we can use dynamic programming. Okay, so here we will take some sample applications. Suppose in large warehouses, box packing with minimal cost. The decision is to use efficient resources is many times like knapsack decision is used. So we can think that Amazon, it uses algorithms to decide which product should go into which cardboard box. So here again a dynamic programming algorithms are used. We can take one more example of traffic based problem. Okay, so here let's consider traffic based problem. You can take many different routes from your apartment to office. Let's say you encounter many intersections on your way. At each intersection you can take either left, or you can go straight, or you can turn right. So each intersection has a different amount of wait times depending on the traffic in that region, of course. Now you have to optimize your route such that there is a minimum overall delay. The most proper approach to solve this particular traffic based problem is to find out all possible paths and select the path that gives the smallest delay. And for finding the path that gives the smallest delay, the dynamic programming algorithm can be used. So either Bellman-Ford algorithm or all pair shortest path algorithm can be used here. So these are the references that I have referred for making this video. Thank you for patiently listening.